What's up, everyone? Mike here. So I've got a great video for you guys tonight. We are in the mushroom farm and I've got two grow rooms right here, right? One here, one right here. Now I put up a video about a week ago that I put some viewing windows in a grow room. Well, guess what? I put viewing windows in this one too. So we're gonna go in these things. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did this. I've got some clips of the construction. I'm gonna run that a little bit. Now, I previously had a mushroom shop, a retail shop, that I actually had a nice big grow room in there before with a big viewing window. I put in that thing horizontally. Now, I mounted these vertically in these grow rooms, and I've got 3 windows in each one. I used Lexan or polycarbonate in order to accomplish this. They are 4x8 sheets, and I'll show you like an exact thickness, size, and here is the specifications on that sheet for you do-it-yourselfers out there. Everything like that. So if anybody wants to do this, you can. And I'll talk about how I drilled these things and I countersunk them, used some silicone to get everything sealed up, and everything like that. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get inside these rooms. Let's take a look at these windows and check it out. But you can see I got 2 grow rooms here. They are identical. That is a walk-in cooler right there. That's just a really old deep freeze. And we're going to go in here in just a second. Just want to kind of talk about how these are set up. That tote is for a humidifier. I'm going to put the humidification system in that. And those are the intakes that are blown in there. True fresh air and just the intake from the actual building in here that we're keeping air conditioned or heated, whatever. That is the exhaust up there in the corner. Okay, so if you guys are interested on ventilation for mushroom grow rooms and just keeping your CO2 under control, be sure to tune in for that, because I am going to do a video just on setting up the ventilation systems for your grow rooms. If you didn't see my video on the lighting, okay, I just did a video on mushroom grow room lights last night. So check that out if you're interested. But these rooms here are identical. Like I said, we're gonna put the humidifier right there. This room over here, we're gonna do the exhaust. If you guys are looking at the windows too, you might be able to see I got that, there's a little bead of silicone that kind of goes around the edge of all these. You could cover that up with some trim if you really wanted, if you care that much too, you know. But you can tell these are really nice. They're super clear. I love this Lexan or polycarbonate. And we're gonna go in here. Let's go in here a little bit. I got some finishing touches we still do have to do to the grow rooms. For one is the door. Okay, so I'm gonna put like a zipper door right there in that area where there's nothing. But then on this, where I got plywood, because I made all these doors, I'm gonna waterproof that. Okay, so I'll get that all waterproofed. Like I said, zipper door right here. Anywhere in here where there's a seam, like in the corners there, right here I have a seam if you look behind the racks in the tin. And then just over here in this corner. And also where I have silicone in between. I should have a really good seal here, but I'm gonna put some of that aluminum tape over this as well. I did that when I had my mushroom retail shop, and I never had any issues. We didn't have any issues with these windows leaking. And I had these like ones set up with windows for 3 years, okay? 0 issues. All of my customers loved the windows. I'm really liking how these grow rooms are turning out. If you guys are digging the windows, if you're digging how I got these grow rooms set up, tell me in the comments below, okay? Worked really hard on getting this all put together and done it all myself from the ground up, so I'm pretty stoked about how it is turning out. I'm planning on just doing a wall of mushrooms, like in each grow room. And on each wall, like if we're just gonna grow mushrooms on that back wall right there, okay, each room should be able to produce about 200 pounds per week, all right? And the way I'm doing it, I'm kind of gonna rotate between a few different species, and we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. I wanna roll a few clips of this construction so you guys can see how I put these windows in just a second here. But I'll talk about what kind of stuff I'm growing, what I'm expecting weight-wise out of each room and everything like that, okay? But first, let's roll some of these clips of this construction so you guys can see how I kind of put these windows in and all that good stuff. All right, everyone, so let's show a few clips of this construction. So I have already pre-drilled all these Lexan sheets and holes into the framework there. Right now what I'm doing in this clip is I'm just countersinking all the holes so I can go ahead, remove the Lexan sheets then, put a bead of silicone up, and then I will remount the sheets. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting the bead of silicone on here. I just kind of fast forward this to get you guys through it. And then you'll see I'll grab a sheet here, take off the safety film, and then we just start slapping it up into place and screwing it down. Be careful screwing it down so you don't crack it. This stuff will crack if you're pushing too hard or you're tightening down the screws too much. But we'll show a few more clips here. Here's me putting up another sheet. Go a little slower with this one, just showing you how I handle it and stuff. And I already got the safety film off it. I've already got the silicone on the framework here. I'm just moving that Lexan sheet over to the frame. Now I'm going to pick it up here in a minute, and then we're going to put it up on the framework and we're going to fasten it down. I've kind of got the ladder into place, and I'm putting screws on top of the ladder right now, so just getting myself prepared. I got a screwdriver on top of that ladder too. I'm going to walk this sheet over there, and then you'll see me go ahead and kind of get up on that ladder and plop it into place. And then I'll fasten her down, and we will take off the safety film. All right, she's all buttoned down. Let's take off that safety film. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice clear window. Gorgeous. Okay, everyone, so that was just a few clips of the construction. And like I said, I basically used Lexan polycarbonate sheets. They are 4 by 8 foot sheets. I put them up on the frameworks that I made for each window, pre-drilled all the holes, then I used a countersink on all the holes. That is just so you don't accidentally split your framework that you're drilling into, and so you don't accidentally break your polycarbonate or your Lexan, okay? Because you can crack it, but if you pre-drill it and you countersink it and use the right size screws, you shouldn't have any issues. Then when it actually comes to making the seal on there, put a nice silicone bead around it. You want to use some waterproof silicone. And then I take the safety film off of the sheet of Lexan, place it up onto the framework, put in the screws slowly. Don't over tighten the screws because you could accidentally crack the Lexan, so be careful about that. But if any of you guys want to give it a shot, I encourage you, okay? If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below about the windows and all that good stuff. But now I want to talk to you about the grow rooms a little bit, kind of what I'm planning, because I know some of you guys are wondering, hey man, what kind of mushrooms are you growing, you know? How many mushrooms are you really expecting yield-wise? Okay, what's the rotation? What's the grow room management plan? And I will have more in-depth videos about that in the future, so I'm just going to kind of skim over a little bit, but I want to give you guys a brief overview because I know some of you are wondering. So we got 2 grow rooms right here. Basically, I like to grow a variety of oyster mushrooms and hericiums, okay? The ones that spend the longest time in the grow room that I grow are lion's manes or hericiums. Okay, so my lion's mane, my bear's head, my coral tooth, they're going to take about 12 to 14 days in each grow room. All right. Now my oyster mushrooms, we're looking about 7 to 10 days in each grow room. Here's what I plan on doing. I plan on actually staggering the growth periods, like when I place bags in the room, in each room, 1 week apart. Okay, so 1 week we're going to load this room up, and then a week later we're going to load this room up. All right. Then what I'll basically do is I will get a harvest out of this room pretty much for 1 week, harvest out of this room then for 1 week. Okay. Each harvest period will take about 2 weeks before I totally clear the room out then and I fill it up with new blocks. All right. I actually don't take a second flush. If I get second flushes, it's only outdoors. What I do is I use my indoor space for just one flush, one and done, and then I get them out, okay? The blocks get composted then. I get really nice compost for my garden, so nothing's really getting wasted by any means, and then that way, for our square footage and our real estate that we have inside here, we can maximize it, and we can get the highest yields for the blocks and that we're putting in each space for the given time frame, right? So that's my mentality on doing the one and done. And as far as the types of mushrooms like I'm growing, like I said, oysters and hericiums. I do a variety because I am a farmer's market seller. I plan on doing blue oyster, golden oyster, pink oyster, and aspen oyster. And as far as the hericiums go, we're going to be doing lion's mane, coral tooth, bear's head. I also do plan on working in king oyster and also some maitake, okay? And then I'm going to kind of see what the local chefs want here, because this is my first season and I'll be selling here in Colorado. I'm honestly expecting them to kind of want some of these unique varieties that I'm growing, and we'll see which ones they want the most of, but I'll probably double down on those varieties then. Might even cut some of the other ones out, and we might even limit what we're doing. But just for the YouTube channel, since I'm doing the YouTube channel now, I want to teach everyone how to grow all these different varieties just to the best of your ability. So we're going to make sure we do videos on all these different varieties, plus way more that I'm not even talking about, all right? So if you guys find all this interesting, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see all this in the future. I hope you found this video helpful and informative tonight. And if you did, please drop this video a like. That's all I got for you on this one, everyone, but I will catch you guys on the next one.